everyone to the December Xmas edition of JoziPUG and Cape Town Pug. Just as usual, make sure you are on mute. We are recording the sessions and we're uploading them to our YouTube channel. You can see the link to the YouTube at the top of the screen at the moment. So grab that. You can check out all past editions, anything that you may have missed as well. So as I mentioned, we are recording, but if you have any questions, feel free to come off mute and ask, raise your hand, get involved. We do have a packed agenda tonight. So we're going to start off with in the news as usual. Got a couple of things we're going to take you through, some exciting announcements coming out. We've then got our first quiz and we've got some great prizes up for grabs tonight. I'll move on to the prizes shortly. Mike's got a couple of things he's going to show us in Power Apps, a couple of cool things that he's done in there. We're then going to have a second quiz with some more prizes. Dawid's then going to take us through his tech tip. And then we're going to do one last quiz, and then we're opening up to the community showcase. So if you check the request that came through for this meeting, we asked for people to present back some of the solutions that they've built over the year. So if you've got something you want to show us, please feel free to. We'll open up the floor at that stage. And then there'll be some quick voting on it, and the winner will, or the one that got the most votes for, will win a prize at the end. Okay. And then we'll open it up to just an open discussion at the end before we close off for the year. Just a note, we're not going to be having a meetup in January. The first meetup will probably be the second week of February, because we know in January people are still coming back. Some people might still be on leave. So we thought we'll just skip January's one and then carry on in Feb. Okay. So just the prizes up for grabs tonight. We've got some really cool bags that we're going to be giving away. We've got a R1,000 Take a Lot voucher and an awesome Logitech presenter that was sponsored by Dawid and Ukuvume. So these are the prizes that are up for grabs tonight. So get involved in the quizzes. It's going to be fun. And yeah, enjoy the evening. Any questions before we get going? Dawid, anything you want to add?
I really want one of those bags.
Yeah, that's Nox one. Yeah, it is quite a cool bag. Okay, so
but if you never leave your home, like, you don't need a bag.
No. Okay, so
my question is where is everybody? Did we send out the wrong link or something?
No, I actually joined in the link that we usually use. Okay. And we do see a couple of other people. Actually, we've only got 9 people on us. I don't think we've been this low the entire year. So it just makes your chances for winning the prizes easier. Yeah.
It's been a long year, apparently.
Okay, perfect. So some of the news items that I was able to pick up, Power App portals. Now you've got support for choice columns in the Dataverse. And this is just going to make it easier for filling out the forms and fields. And it also allows it to be searchable through the Dataverse search as well. So you can go in and select multiple items. You can also search for items. So it just makes it a lot easier when you're working with these pages. Another great feature that's been brought out is visualizing the data in model-driven apps. So this is really cool. All you do when you're looking at all of your data, you can see there's a little icon now that gives you the option to visualize that view in Power BI. Once you click on that, it's going to open up a little view window, which is going to have some charts on it representing that data model. But you can also go in and you're able to update it and change it to reflect exactly what you're looking for. So you can go and refine it and update it to get the insights out. And when you close that window, you're back in the previous view. So just some really cool things that are coming out in there. Another great announcement, Power App Portals is now available as mobile applications. Yes, so in November at Ignite, we announced that Power Apps are going to have the ability to become mobile apps. So you can deploy them through the various app stores and they run as native apps on your phone. This is the first step of that. So from Power Apps Portals, you can go and enable the PWA technology or progressive web app technology. And then you're able to go and set the icons, set all the details around it. And then you can start publishing that through the App Store. So this is really exciting to see coming, waiting for Canvas apps and the rest to come through. because this is going to be really cool. Okay, so looking forward to that. This is currently in preview, so check it out, start playing around with it, and it's available across platforms. So whether you want to deploy on Android, iOS, or even Windows. There's also been a number of updates to the Power Automate desktop app. So the web and desktop recorders are now unified into one single experience, making it much easier to record the items. There is also a tenant picker that we've dropped in to there. So now when you're in that app, you can scroll down and you are able to switch the tenants that are associated with that account instead of you having to sign in and out the whole time. You can also go in and create a copy of that desktop flow directly through the console. We're also able to do syntax highlighting now in whatever scripting actions you are using. We're just making it a lot more easier to build these things out and be able to see what is going on. And there are numerous other updates inside there. These are just the top couple that I thought were really cool to share. So check out the blog post on it. There's some great things coming in, and start using it. Then we've got the last one for today, I think it is. Yes. So just like we've got the COE for Power Platform, we are now bringing out a COE for Power Automate specifically. So this is based on the heat topic, which we launched earlier on, and it's taking all of this into consideration, all the work that Microsoft has done with our customers and partners to help build out a COE blueprint for you. So let me just get my head out the way here. So there are two links. The first one, that Auto COE Blueprint video, is just a quick video taking you through that whole experience, showing you how everything comes together. This is in private preview at the moment. So if you want to get your hands on it and you want to get involved and start testing out and play around with it, just check out that Auto COE Starter Kit preview. Go in there, register for it, and hopefully you can get on the program and start playing around with it. Okay. So if you've got a large component of Power Automates in your environments, definitely worthwhile to check out. There's a lot of guides, a lot of examples and best practices inside there that you can use from it. Okay. And with that, I just want to open up to the floor and see if there's any other things that you may have come across in the news that you think is really important to mention or really cool to see. Nothing. It's really quiet tonight. I think December has started early. Everyone's just given up on this year. All right. Yeah. Okay. Perfect. So with that, Mike, you are going to be running the first quiz. So just a reminder of what's up for grabs. Let's just bring it up. First quiz is going to be this bag over here. Second quiz will be this one. Third quiz will be the voucher, and then the last one for the presenting content will be the Logitech presenter, of course. So Mike, over to you.
Why, thank you, young man. Let's do this. So we're going to use a different quiz tool this time around. We're going to use quizzes. And the way it works is like this. Is this the dry run? Yes, this is the dry run. Okay,
yes,
so
we're doing a dry run. Yeah.
What? I don't know why it's asking that, but anyway. Okay, so what you do is you go to joinmyquiz.com. So open a browser. Go to joinmyquiz.com. You can also do it on your phone if you want. And then you plug in the code 784647. And Dawid and Jonathan will let you play because we need more people. Yeah, you can play if you want. So this first dry run is just to get used to the tool. I've never used this platform before for a quiz, so it's also for me to get used to. Hey, check here, you can share it via Teams. I don't know what that does. That's pretty cool.
Do I win for being the first
hyperlink.
person on?
Dion, well done. It's just chuck
Yeah,
in the
there we
link
go.
here as well. Also plugged it into the IM window.
Oh, there we go.
How many am I waiting for here? 8.
Yeah, let's just double check.
Where's
Yeah, 8
Karika
people.
tonight? She never misses.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know where half of the people are.
I am worried about the link or something. I don't know. Dion, you joined just using the link that came in the normal
So in
meetup
the
invite.
meeting kind of invite thingy, there's a link to the page, and from there's a join Teams meeting link.
Okay. Cool. So let's kickstart this dry run.
Doesn't
Now?
belong.
What's going on? Hey, this is not what I expected to happen. I think I know what I did wrong. I'm so glad we're doing a dry run.
I see it just moves on to the next question straight away
Yeah,
as soon as you answer.
Yeah, it's just going on to the next question. Hopefully on the real quiz, I'll start it better. So now what? Are we done? There we go. It's done. Okay, that's not what I expected. But Jonna, is that you?
Yeah, it's me.
Okay. So thank goodness that was just a dry run. Okay, we'll skip buying the product. Okay, now we've got the real quiz. So
Michael, what's the licensing on this product?
I don't know. I signed up for a trial. Yeah, funny guy. Okay, start a live quiz. Instructor paste. I think that's what I needed to do.
I'm just scared of multiplexing implications watching it through Teams.
Funny guy. Okay, so we won't play music. We'll show the leaderboard, the timer. Okay, this is for the bag. This is for the bag. Okay, so now it's got a different. Yeah, unfortunately, it's got a different game code. So you have to rejoin.
You can just close that window, Mark. If you just in the top left-hand corner of that previous screen, you just click the close, and then it takes you back to the home page, and then you can put in the new code.
The new code 162829. 162829. Okay, this is more how when I practiced answering questions myself, which I still got wrong. It looked more like this. Okay, who's got the bird? Okay, should we hit start? Let's see how it goes.
That sounds like a one-liner from a Bruce Willis movie.
Okay, who is the father of geometry?
Oh, there we go. This is looking a bit normal. It's not jumping straight to the next one.
Yeah. Is it Kepler, Pythagoras, Euclid, Aristotle? Time is up.
I was incorrect.
Now, why hasn't it gone to the next question? I'm scared if I close this, something's going to break. Okay.
There we go. Next question.
Okay.
Got
Next
him
question.
right. Yeah.
Which of these are not part of the Power Platform? Virtual Agent, BI, Apps, Logic. So Power Virtual Agent, Power BI, Power Apps, or Power Logic. Which is not
Logic
part
actually
of the Power Platform.
sounds really cool.
So are you giving away answers here or what? Okay, can I go to the next question? I don't like what it's doing. I don't like this UI. Anyway, okay. Next question. What fast food chain was founded by David Edgerton and James McLemore? Oh, I mean, this is so obvious. Oops.
Giving away answers there, Mark.
Yeah, it's well, what I showed there was
Was
what
what
most people
people
have voted
answered.
for. Yeah, I'm
And
not
we
sure.
were wrong.
No.
It was Burger King. Wow, okay.
How do you know that?
Because it tells you afterwards, it gives you a screen
Okay.
with the incorrect answer and then the correct answer.
Okay. To test your performance of your Power App, use
a stopwatch.
Well, in most cases, we do.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Look, what I must caveat is some answers are more right than other answers. And I guess you could argue them as well. But it's not about what you think, it's about what I think.
Well, the
Test
question
your
was to
performance.
test your Power App.
Yes. And it's not should you use this, it's what do you use.
So let's see how we got on.
Can we protest the outcome?
Blickies!
Blickies! Well done.
Who is Blickies?
It is I.
Awesome.
Dawid.
Well done. I can't see who's speaking.
It's me. I
Oh,
got
is
the
it
bag.
Dawid? Okay, well, you don't win the bag. So, Dion,
Oh.
congratulations, you win the bag. Or is that unfair? Is that unfair to exclude Dawid and Jonathan? I guess
No, that's fine.
everyone should vote.
I reckon Dawid should get it.
No, it's fine. I've got enough bags.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah.
I'll tell you what.
Win a bag.
Under my eyes from this year.
Okay. Fine. Dion, congratulations. You've got yourself a nice backpack there.
Yay.
Don't ask me how we're going to get it to you, but we'll make a plan.
Pack it in a bag.
Oh, no. Okay. Let's do that. Okay, so I now have the absolute honor of showing you a Christmas treat. And I thought, what better thing to do than to create some type of like animated game in Power Apps. So it's not a great game. It's not actually a game, but it gives you the sense of how you might create a game in Power Apps. And so what I decided to do is I want like this animated nativity theme, I guess, of Santa Claus on a sleigh kind of flying into the scene. And so I would just build that for you. How does that sound?
Awesome.
Do it.
Cool, let's do it. Let's see how this
Hope it
goes.
works.
So because typically we don't get to do those types of things with Power Apps. So like We do a lot more business-oriented stuff. So I'm going to take the screen and let's give it a background. And I previously got a background, so let's just choose the background. And I'm going to stretch it. And already you're thinking, Mike, this is amazing. Look what you're doing. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to insert a picture. So let's insert an image control. There it is there. And I'm going to set this image also to an image I previously uploaded. So I clicked add image before and I selected it, but I've already done it. So there it is. It's very small. So let's make it a bit bigger. What's the width? Let's make it about that's cool. So there we've got, our flying object, although it's not flying. So what I thought to make it fly is essentially you're going to change the X and Y coordinates of this thing to make it fly. And to do that, I wanted to do it by itself as time passes. So let me chuck on a timer control, because a timer control can count for me. And what I want to do is, as time passes, I want this thing to move from left to right on every single X coordinate of the screen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set the duration of the timer to the actual screen. So screen 1, which is the screen I'm on, width, which you can see the value is 1,366. So that's what I'm going to set the duration of that thing there. I'm just going to chuck on a label. Just put a label over here. Make the text white. Let's just bump it up a bit. Made a big difference. We'll go bold. And just to see what the timer looks like, we're going to set the value of this as text property, this label, to timer1 dot value, right? Is that good? Yeah, that's cool. And if you tell me I'm doing anything wrong, you're welcome to, so just shout it out. Okay, so let's just test this timer. Let's start the timer. Hey. What am I doing wrong? Text is timer1 dot. Why is it not running?
Isn't that milliseconds?
It is, but it should work fine. I should see that thing counts up. Why am I not?
I think when you go out of preview mode, it resets the timer. Just preview it again.
Look, I actually have built this earlier on.
Just
and it
click on that
absolutely
number
fine.
again. In editor mode, click on the number.
Which number?
It's the one that stays 0. You've got timer 2 or timer 1.
Oh, it's timer 2. Oh, you see, I love you guys. Thank you. I'm an absolute idiot. I've got another screen where I've previously done this in case it all fails. And that would.
Of course you did.
There we go. Okay, so Tian, thank you. Happy? So it's counting up. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the X property of this image equal to timer 2 dot value. Happy?
Okay.
And because it's currently 0, it snaps to 0.
Gentlemen, I'm not sure if I'm just not seeing what you're seeing, but my screen is different. I've still got quiz 1 on my screen.
Ooh.
No, I can definitely see the video.
Yeah, maybe exit and rejoin the meeting.
Yeah, jump out and jump back in.
Does anyone else
should fix
see
it.
the quiz that I presented still?
Nope, not me.
No.
Oh, we see the screen you're presenting now.
Okay, cool. But I think the most important thing is, did you see the sleigh shoot from left to right.
Yes.
I would say a bit fast. So to slow it down, what I can do is I can make the actual duration of the timer, so times it by 4.
There we go.
Okay, so it didn't slow down, but it runs for longer. So it runs for longer, but I've got to tell this thing now to take longer. So I'll divide that by 4. Let's see. Ah, how cool is that? But also what I want to do is I don't want it to start here. I want it to start off screen, right? So what I'm going to do is the X coordinate. I'll do that, and then I'll minus the actual width of that image itself. So it's image 2 dot width. So now you can see it's starting off screen. And so when I run it,
Hey,
wow.
there we
And
go.
it should stop before, yes, just before the end. Well done. Woohoo! Okay. But I actually want it to fly in from the top left. So I need to change the Y coordinate as well. So not that of the actual picture. So let's make this. Now, it's not exactly like this, but the screen is kind of like the height is half of the width, more or less. So what I could do is I could say, actually make Y equal to the current image's X property divided by 2. Except it now puts it right outside the screen. So let's bring it down a bit. And then I could add, let's just try 200 as an arbitrary value. That's a bit better. 20. There we go. Okay. So as X changes, Y is also going to change, and it's going to be half of the value of X plus 220. So let's test it. Are you ready?
Let's go. Oh, there we go. Oh, almost.
Almost.
Nice.
I think let's not take off 220. 220 seems a bit much. Let's do 150. How's that? Ta-da! You know, I could just have so much fun. And then I could add another image, click it again. It goes, sets the transparency, the visible property to false. Then I move the character across to the front door, back again, set the visibility of this back to true, and fly off into the distance. I mean, that's really what I should do. But how cool. You know, you can do some really cool things.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw one last year where what someone did is on like some trees and lampposts, they put little circles. So let's go and find some shapes to put onto the app. Audrey, can you see the screen now? And they made these things yellow. And then, you know, as these were little lights essentially, and then they made them flash and flicker, or if you clicked one, it turned on or turned off or whatever it might be. So yeah, you can do some cool little things wherever. What do you think?
Oh, that's awesome. That's great.
Best expense claim app ever.
There we go.
Okay, so that was my first Christmas treat for you. The second Christmas treat for you is this app, which I did not build. This is on GitHub. I'll send you the link to it so you can go and download it. And what this is an advent calendar. And so let's just run the app. and it does a few things. One is it only allows me to open doors up until today, so I can't open tomorrow's door. So 14 I can open, but 15 I cannot. There's 15 I can't click, but this one I can. And then as you click on it, it's got a surprise. And this one is a video of a Power Apps overview. This one is all about Power Platform adoption. You know, these are the things you want inside an advent calendar. And
a nice story.
Yeah, a nice story to go with it. And actually, the way they've built it is pretty cool. What they did is they created a little component which is called the door. So it's a little rectangle essentially. And then you can set some properties on it. So it has a property which is you know, the number to display and then what happens when you click it. So then they go and plug a whole bunch of them onto the screen. So let's just take this one here and you'll see that you set the day property, the link of where it should go. Is it a video or is it an image? And then the content, what's the actual URL? So you can just plug these on and you'll see they've put in 1 to whatever. And so that's what these things are, just multiple instances of that control. But actually what they've done is they've bound it all to an Excel spreadsheet. So nothing is actually hard coded. So if I look at the, let's look at the day property, it's actually getting it from this collection called Advent Calendar, which is an Excel spreadsheet. And so then you've got the URL to display what day it should show. So this one's the 18th or the 15th or the 24th, whether it's an image or whether it's a video. And so that's the way it works.
It's nice because you can just go in and update that Excel file, upload the collection. You can add your own items in there.
Yeah, yeah. And then put it on your, you know, your tablet in your kitchen. And you know, you could put anything in there. I mean, such special treats. You know, obviously you want, when you click them, you see links to Power Platform stuff. So, yeah. So that's my second treat for everyone.
Thrilled.
Not one I created.
Will you pop a link to that in the chat window, Mike? Do you have it accessible?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay,
Do you know
awesome.
if components is generally available already? We're still in preview.
I think it's still preview.
They're stretching that a bit, eh?
Yeah. But no, I agree. But there must be a valid reason for that. I don't know what the reason is, but yeah.
I'm sure it's a good one.
Awesome.
But this is a good show of a component, right? Like it's,
Yeah.
this is, you know, I don't want to create, you know, all these things with the same logic. You create it once as a component over here, and then you put the component on however many times you want, and you just set it. And if you want to change the functionality, you just go and change the component rather than every single widget.
Yeah. And then it's just pulling through today's date as well.
Yeah. So there's
Have
some
you
logic. Hey, don't show this one unless it's today's date or less.
Have you seen that game that a gentleman by the name of Matthew Devaney has developed called Pipe Dream using components?
Yeah, that was amazing.
I've heard of it.
That thing hurts my head.
Yeah. And I actually saw a few more that were recently added to the community gallery online. I saw, was it Pac-Man I saw? Someone's built the full Pac-Man as a Power App. Short was Pac-Man.
Yeah, I was playing around with that. Here's the pipe. There we go. Pop this into the chat. Oh, that was amazing. Oh, there's actually loads up in there now, hey? Hey, Mark, so
Should
we're
we
getting
start the
onto
next quiz?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so Let's do that.
Just a reminder, this is for the other bag that we're giving away.
The other bag. So the first one was for the gray XD design bag. This one is now for the, I don't want to say Swiss Knox, but it's not Swiss Knox, it's not Equinox, it's
Victory Knox.
Victory Knox. Victory, yeah, that one. Okay, and Tion's not allowed to win it again, right?
Let's see if you
allowed?
can.
Well, technically, Dawid not either.
Well, put it this way, Tion, you can, and then you can choose to give away your previous private prize and accept the new prize, if you want. I think that's fair.
I can do that. I'll try.
Yeah, but I mean, obviously, you're not going to win again. So, Dawid, talk to me about blikkies.
I actually don't know. It just first thing I thought of.
Oh, okay. Can we start? Who are we missing? I know Audrey's back. Right. So there is the code.
And I'm planning
joined.
to win.
Okay. And did you see the beautiful apps that I demoed?
I did.
Okay, cool.
Very cool.
Okay, cool. Okay, awesome. Let's begin. A man shaves several times a day, but still has a beard. Who is he? And as far as I know, you get points for like being fastest as well. So not just the, accurate. Well done. Oh, didn't show me that last time. Oh, you see, now this is working better. It's now showing me the leaderboard after each one. I don't know. Okay, and the correct answer was a barber. Okay. We start off easy, but we get more complicated. Which syntax is correct? And I know David's going to have a funny answer to this. I know he's going to tell me that two of them are correct. But one is more correct than the other.
I'm still trying to figure out what you're doing.
So now why doesn't it say, cool, you're done now, next question. Okay. And see, I didn't get a leaderboard this time around. Why not? Which is the correct spelling? Invincible, 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 or invincible? Yeah, I don't know why I'm not getting a leaderboard this time around. Ah,
there we go.
Now I do.
You spoke too soon.
It's very strange. Okay, I don't get it. But anyway, off we go.
You get it when you get 7 out of 7 people.
Ah. Okay. Let me not be so fast on the trigger. What does the word Renaissance mean? Oh, so Tion's in the lead, then Jono, and then I couldn't see who, I can't remember who was next. Barbie. Okay, next question. I think this is the final one. To create a responsive app in Power Apps, first add
Yeah, which came first, the chicken or the egg? Oh, of course it's, yeah, of course.
Did you
Not
see the trick
necessarily.
question there?
Yes. I didn't trick Tian up. But Mike, you can argue
Yes.
that there is already a screen.
Exactly.
You could also argue there's no such control called a responsive container.
You could actually argue that as well.
I want to talk to the
Yes,
manager.
It's just called a container or a layout container, not a responsive
Yeah.
container. So both ways, sorry chaps. Right. Do you want to end the quiz? Yes. Okay.
Tian,
Tian.
nicely
Stop it now.
done.
Tian is on fire.
Okay, so Tian, do you want the new Victor Knox, whatever that thing is called, bag? Do you want to keep your existing bag?
Just show me what those two look like, then I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Put it in a quiz.
And I'll just drag these now. I can't. Let's jump here.
You're going to have to take over sharing.
Yeah, I thought I could just drop them in, but because people are external, it doesn't always work. Okay, so there we go. So this one over here, that one was from quiz 1. So this was quiz 1. This is the Victorinox bag for this prize.
I think the first one looks a bit nicer. I'll grab that one.
Okay, cool.
So,
And Jono, I'm saying you can't get this. So who's Barbie?
It's me, Domfundo.
Nomfundo, you are the winner of the Victory Knox bag.
Gonna make Dawid very jealous
Let's
there.
Let's give it to the fourth person.
No,
No,
It's
man,
yours.
no, no.
it's yours.
Yeah,
Fourth is
no.
Blickies. We can't give it to him anyway, so it's yours.
Thank you.
Okay, so David, I'm going to hand over to you for your tech tip.
Cool. Congratulations, everybody. Hope you enjoy your bags. Let me get the screen sharing going.
You can hear the resentment in David's voice there that he didn't win.
Well, technically, I did. One. All right, cool. Can everybody see my screen?
Yes.
All right, cool. So what I'm going to show you
Yes.
is cool. So two things. The one is related to Power Apps and Dataverse, and the other one has got absolutely nothing to do with Power Apps, but it really comes in handy in Power Apps. So first thing I'm going to show you is many-to-many relationships in Dataverse. So first of all, you know, by a show of or clap of hands in Teams, who uses Dataverse at the moment? Who has used it before?
Looks like quite a
Okay.
few people.
All right, good. So many-to-many relationships are quite an interesting topic in databases because in theory they don't exist. You know, it's like the AI person we spoke about earlier. And the only way that you can really do a many-to-many relationship is by creating an intersect table in the middle of these two tables. So, and then it becomes quite an interesting process to deal with this and how to work with it and so on and so forth. But because Power Apps is really clever, it's not a problem for Power Apps at all. So on my screen, you'll see there's F1 cars and F1 drivers, two separate entities. And these have a many-to-many relationship. So if I go into F1 cars and I go to relationships, you'll see that it's got an F1 cars to F1 drivers. It's got these bidirectional, and it's a many-to-many relationship. So obviously, drivers can drive multiple vehicles, and multiple vehicles could be driven by multiple drivers. Does that make sense? I think it does. And that's where the many-to-many relationship comes from. So what I'm going to show you is how easy it is to consume this in the Canvas apps, and you don't have to be intimidated by the intersect table. So let's do a demo for, okay, it doesn't like that. All right, so on the first screen, we're going to create a way for you to drill down and click on the drivers and then see which vehicles they have driven. And to do that, we first of all going to add the data source. And let's go to F1. Let's add cars and drivers. Might as well add both. Okay, cool. So they're both in my app now. And let's go and insert a gallery. Let's just use a blank gallery for now. Let's put it on the left-hand side of the screen. And in this, we're going to be showing the F1 drivers. Let's do drivers. And let's go and add a label that's going to show the various drivers. Right, now on the right-hand side, we're going to add a table or gallery as well. Let's just drag it to the right. And over here, we're going to tell it. So your first reaction typically would be to go and do a filter formula. So you want to go and say, I want to go and filter the F1 cars where somehow the driver is in an array, and then it gets all funky. So that becomes tricky, and that's why the friendly guys from Microsoft came to our rescue, where what you could simply do is to say that I want to show, so let's just do this properly. So let's say this is gal drivers, and then this is gal cars. Okay, so for the cars, we're going to point it to the drivers. So we're going to say, have a look at the drivers gallery, and then have a look at the selected record, and then simply go and find the cars. So you can simply drill down like that, and Power Apps is smart enough to understand that many-to-many relationship and then interpret this for you on the front end. So I'm just going to add a label to this as well, and there it realizes that that's only got one. So if I go and click on Nigel Mansell, it'll say that Nigel Mansell drove for Toyota, which isn't true, but it gets the point across. Art and Senna drove for Ferrari, BMW, and Toyota, which isn't true either. And Michael Schumacher drove for Ferrari and Williams, and that is true. All right, so this is the one side of the relationship, but this actually could have been a many-to-one or a one-to-many relationship. This doesn't really show us the power of the many-to-many. So what if you now wanted to do the cross filtering the other way around? So let's say we want to show the vehicles and then show which drivers we had. So let's go and add a new screen. Let's add a new blank screen. You see, Mike, it already had a screen in the app. So just saying. All right, so in here we can now go and copy these two galleries across. Well, let's actually just copy the one and then put it to the right. And now we're going to go back. And this is now where the second tech tip comes from. I'm not copying multiple things, right? So now I've copied that gallery, but now I also want to copy this gallery and I want to copy that formula. So I've just hit Control-C on my keyboard, and now I've copied multiple things. But now when I go to the other screen and I hit paste, it's going to paste the last thing that I copied into clipboard. And that's normal, right? And we've all used that over the past however many years in Windows. But I'm not sure how many of you are aware. I certainly wasn't. I only realized this quite recently, that you could paste from a history. So every time you hit Control C, it doesn't replace the clipboard, it appends it to a history. And when I now do, instead of doing Control V, if I do a Windows key V, it'll ask me what it is that I'm going to be pasting. And look, unfortunately, clipboard doesn't know how to render an image of a gallery in Power Apps. But if you go in and actually copy text, so let's say on this one, the items, we're going to be copying that, and then the items on the other gallery, we're also going to be copying this. So when we now go into the next screen and we do a Windows key paste, it'll ask you which of the previous things that you've copied you now want to paste. And that's hugely beneficial in Power Apps, especially if you're reformatting your code or restructuring the app, and you've got certain key code snippets that you're reusing frequently. Instead of jumping back and forth to VS Code and copy and paste the whole time, you could easily just put it in the clipboard history and then easily consume them from there. So that's the second tech tip. Let's get back to the first one, and now saying we want to grab the cars and we just want to put it into second screen. And now we want to do it the other way around. So the items for the first gallery, we want to point it to F1 cars. F1 cars, there you go. And on the second gallery, we want to say, go and have a look at gal cars _1, because that's what it's called on the screen, which is terrible practice, but it's the way it is at the moment. And we're going to have a look at selected. And now we're going to have a look at cars, F1 cars. No, sorry, drivers. Okay, and now we can go and say, show me all of the people who've driven for Ferrari, and that's Ayrton Senna and Michael Schumacher. And BMW, you've got Ayrton Senna, Toyota, Nigel Mansell and Ayrton Senna, and then Williams, Michael Schumacher. So that's the way that how easy it is to consume many-to-many relationships from Dataverse in Canvas apps. And I'd really, this has made my life a whole bunch easier. If you try and do this in SharePoint, there'll be a different discussion to be had. So yeah, guys, thank you very much. Any questions?
No question, but just a comment. When you hit in the Windows key paste, we don't see the screen that comes up for you to select from, but that is a really cool tip.
Okay, sorry about that. So any other questions? Cool.
Are you a fan of Formula One?
I used to be. You'll see that the names I'm using is probably from 25 years ago.
Okay, so Sunday didn't change your view.
Man, I read the highlights. I couldn't unfortunately watch.
Okay.
But I'm getting tempted to get back into it. I think I used to watch Formula One, and then I started my career in IT, and then I just never got time for it again. But yeah, it's I understand that Sunday's race was absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, it was interesting. I guess it depends who you support. Whether it's kind of like one of those things where the referee in the last minute of a big test match, Rugby World Cup final, gives a penalty, and the team kicks it over to win, and half the stadium says that wasn't a penalty, and the other half says it was. It was so controversial. It's quite interesting.
It made it quite interesting though, that last race. They actually got to race one-on-one against each other, which is great.
Yeah. No, it
Sure.
was very cool. Okay,
Awesome.
thanks, David.
Thanks, Dawid.
Should we do another quiz?
Yeah, let's do it. So this one
Whatever.
is for the Take a Lot voucher.
Okay. And what's the value of the Take a Lot voucher?
It's a R1,000 voucher, so you get to spoil yourself for Christmas.
Oh my word, I want that. Okay. Let's do this. Instructor paste. Show leaderboard on. Let's do it. Okay, so there's a new code, 283299.
We bought Tian from playing.
So I guess, Tia, now, if you win this one again, you get to choose, would you prefer the voucher or the bag? Is that fair or is that not fair? No, I guess that's fair because you win it. Yeah,
Yeah, I think that's fair.
yeah, that's
And let's
fair.
not
You win it,
jump
you
the
get-
gun yet.
No, listen, now you're getting cheeky because now you're playing twice.
That's not me.
Oh, I've
Tian
noticed
too.
Blacky's name is gone.
Yeah.
Someone's trying something sneaky here. Audrey, have we lost Audrey?
No,
Raver.
I'm here. I haven't gone
You're a raver,
anywhere.
aren't you?
Identity theft
I
is
thought I would
real.
try a new tactic.
Okay, I like it, Raver. I think Butterbile had to jump off, so that's who we've lost. Okay, well, let's begin.
Five questions.
What entity types are supported in Power Virtual Agents?
So you weren't kidding, but they get harder,
I call them the levelers, the grand levelers,
eh?
and then no one knows the answer, so it's fair for everyone.
This is not a leveler question, guys. This is like, let's separate the sheep from the goats. Proper.
Okay. See, across the board, different. See, now why? Or maybe it was
Don't you-
showing the leaderboard, but
You just clicked
I,
out.
yeah, like you couldn't see it behind the screen. Okay. Let me not show the question or the answers view. Let's just stay in this view. This is for you, David. Are Azure AD and MSN Weather standard connectors in the Power Platform or premium connectors? At least you got a 50-50 shot. All done.
Yeah, like I see you do get points for answering it correct, and then you get points for how quickly you answer, which is nice.
Ah, check out that, huh? They're in fact standard connectors. The first Bond movie.
Yeah, I guess.
I just hope I got this right.
Oh no, you didn't.
Oh no.
Funny.
Doctor, no.
Whoa, things are changing here.
Tian's
Things are
right
changing.
back up at the top again.
Gotta ban this guy. It's like Lewis Hamilton that just keeps winning. They have to like
Yeah,
manufacture
it's
a
hacks.
result. What should you use to limit the scope of a power alternate flow trigger?
I had to. It's gonna be wrong, but still fun.
And the answer was trigger action. Oh, last question.
Last quiz.
There's another secret quiz if we need.
What is that word? Hoplophobic.
Yeah. Which is a fear of what?
Look, if he's watched the movie it's definitely clowns.
What was that?
Firearms. All right.
Sure, you must have a difficulty in the movie then.
Barbie has won.
Check at that. Check at that. Firearms. I mean, who would know? I did.
Well done, Nomfundo.
Oh, I came second. This is terrible.
But now, Nomfundo, you've already won something, haven't you?
I'm gonna swap it, Michael.
Are you going to swap it? Okay, you're going to swap it for the voucher.
Yes, please, if it's not too much to ask.
Yeah, okay. It's officially been swapped. And then who comes second? Raver. So, Audrey, you now are the proud owner of a bag.
The
Yay!
Victorinox.
Yippee!
That one I can't say. Okay, cool. So that was the end of quiz number 3. I think I'm handing it back to you
Perfect.
now, Jono.
Yep, you're on. So we're taking a shot here. Is anyone keen to present what they've built this year, or anything that they've built in total on the Power Platform, which you are keen to show? Floor's open to anyone. Anything that you've built up that you just want to share with the audience? Anything cool that you've done? Okay, Mike, it doesn't look like we have any takers. Do you have another quiz lined up?
Let's spice it up. So it's quite easy, guys. So if you the only person who show anything, then automatically you're then the winner of that Logitech Spotlight presenter, which is worth about 1,800 Rand or something like that. So does that
Really cool.
is that you can show us how to change the color on a label, and if you're the only presenter, then you win that Spotlight presenter. Any takers? Come on, Tian.
No one's. I think Tian's won a lot tonight, but
Oh,
he'll
okay.
be able to get to keep
that
that.
again.
Come on, Michael, you've got something, I'm sure.
No, he's not getting it. He didn't give me the bag.
I've already shown 2 apps today. It's enough.
Who's going to walk away with that Logitech presenter?
I think it should be a lucky draw for those who haven't won anything.
Well, that's only going to be one person because I'm going to be excluded again.
Tabu and Yaku haven't won anything so far.
Yeah.
And Audrey.
It's very sad.
Audrey, you've won a bag. What are
Or
you
we
talking
could,
about?
or we,
Audrey, what about?
we could take it forward to the next meetup, and then the person who actually volunteers to present something there can automatically get that.
Should we do that, guys? Dawid, do you want to do it in February?
Yeah, I think so. Happy.
Okay. Sounds good.
Perfect.
Let's do that. I do have another quiz lined up if anyone wants to play one just for giggles.
Yeah, why not?
This can be the leveling one.
Okay. We have so much fun playing these random games, don't we? Okay. I'll have fun making them. Finding questions I find tricky, but other than that, it seems to work. Okay.
Okay,
So this
one's
is
for
the
real,
last hurrah. Quizzes. Quizzes.com. A library. And let's go for quiz number 4. 5 questions. And we do instructor paste. Show leaderboard. Play music. No. Right, let's do it. So 7121.
Everyone use Tian as your name.
You are losing people. Oh, there we go. Tion. No, Tion 2, Tion 3. Okay, let's hit it. Are you ready?
There we go. You're on
I think the picture
fire.
gives it away, hey?
Yeah. You're on fire. Catching fire. Hey.
Well done. 6 out of 6.
Oh, that was a trick question, wasn't it?
Yeah, was that a trick question?
I think so.
It's not a trick question. It's a question with only one
No.
answer.
Yeah.
It's
Pluto's
a
no
trick
longer a
question.
planet.
Yes.
But Pluto is huge, isn't it?
No, it's small.
No.
That's why it got
This
taken away as planetary status.
Yeah,
this is
it was
definitely an
it was a
age
planet
question as
when we
well.
were children. It's no longer a planet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, because my kids have definitely learned that, you know, in all their curriculum, there's no Pluto as a planet.
Wow.
It doesn't exist. Oh, it exists, but it's not a planet. They call it a dwarf.
Yeah.
I think they call it a dwarf planet.
Has
There
somebody
was a
told
whole
it?
Apparently not a planet.
there was a whole Rick and Morty episode dedicated to it.
Okay. This one's for you, Dawid. Which of these is not a Power App purchase plan?
I'm surprised it isn't.
You just can't touch Tiana. It's well done.
I was doing better as his doppelganger.
Tion's actually Tion 3 this time around. Dawid is Tion. Okay. What is the name of a Diary of a Wimpy Kid book number 6? And let me tell you, I think you have to be a parent of kids that are like 10 years old to be able to answer this. I'm guessing. I don't know. I don't think adults really read these things, but you never know.
I'm hoping the picture gave it away. No, the picture did not give it away.
Oh, no, come on, Tion. You see, I put these things in here to level you out, and you're still there.
Well, I got it wrong.
Okay, last question. The best for last. I can't remember what this is. Oh, yes, I do.
You know, I actually have no idea what that even means.
Chunking is just
Well-
such a terrible word.
Yeah.
It's almost like it's almost like
Pick a number.
deprecated.
Take a guess. I don't even know. Oh, there we go. Oh, yeah, it's gone.
Yeah. No, that's, you know, I'll just do this for the leveling. Oh, come on, Tion. Did you actually get that right?
Yeah, it was a guess.
Rubbish. You knew that answer, didn't you?
Well, I've sent some big stuff around through Gateway and it hasn't crashed yet, so I guess it was a big number.
Okay. Yeah, look, I absolutely did not know that. Apparently, if you include chunking, then you can do a gig file, or a gig payload. Anyway, it's actually multiple payloads, but anyway. Okay, so let's end the quiz. And this was for no prize at all, other than saying you got it without chunking.
You wear the crown. Well done, Tian.
Well done, well done.
Tabu, you did great in that round.
Big
For a
improvement.
prize. Yeah, way better. Should we do another one until you get to number one?
There we go.
Might take a while. So
Cool. Thanks, guys. That's it from my side with the quizzes. I'm going
Awesome.
to stop sharing.
Thanks for that, Mike.
I'm convinced there's something wrong with the meeting link. It's like, where is everybody?
Yeah, we haven't had it shown out this bad ever, I don't
It's
think.
been
At
a
the start of
long
lockdown, it wasn't this one.
It's been a long year, and I think the
Yeah.
second Tuesday of December fell quite deep into December. So
Yeah. So either a lot of people are already on leave or they're just busy trying to finish things off before the end of the year.
yeah, packing stuff for leave into their new bags.
Yeah, the sour grapes there. Okay, so everyone, I just want to open up the floor. Is there any questions you may have, any things that you just want to open up and discuss? The floor is open. So anything unclear or anything you have a question about, anything you've been struggling with, really the floor is yours. Ask the questions. I just hear the birds tweeting.
The timing of that bird was superb.
Yeah. Yes, Tabo.
I've been busy on something, and I should have found out from you guys. Basically, I have a Power App that requires a user to sign it, and the people require that the app be placed in Dynamics in like a base64 string. So I should find out does Dataverse and Dynamics support that, because I'm able to do it in SharePoint, funny enough, but Dataverse at the moment I'm just having a bit of an issue. I don't know if my issue is because I'm placing it in my form, or should I place it outside? So I just want to find out, does Dataverse support base64 strings or Dynamics?
Yeah, I don't know.
Where's that bird?
Yeah. Just your crickets.
So when you say a base64 encoded string, from a column perspective in the Dataverse, it's just a string. It's just a text field, and it happens to contain base64 encoded text, so that should be fine.
Yeah.
Or are you wanting to store it as like a file object? Because you could look
No,
at
it's literally as the string itself, as a string, multiple string lines that it is. So I'm able to do it in SharePoint just simply by writing the code that I got in the community. But yeah, with Dataverse, I was starting to think maybe it's not supported, or maybe I'm just not linking it correctly. So I should find out, is it supported? Is it something that you could do?
So you're using Flow to upload that, right?
Yeah. With the SharePoint, I can do it directly from Power Apps. I don't to use Flow. So right now I'm just trying to think what my options are. Should I use Flow? I haven't dived into Flow yet, but obviously I'm seeing that my direction might need to go there. So I'm
Is
not
it
sure.
just an image that you're storing? Because you can definitely upload just the images that way around instead of the base 64 encode.
When I do it's not the image. Yeah, so when I do it the image, it just gives me the URL of that image. It doesn't give me the 64 bits. So then when I try with the signature input pen on Power Apps, it's just giving me some weird stuff. So I want to find out, is it possible, or should I go the Power Automate route to do what I need to do? Or is it something that's not been done yet?
I'm actually not too sure. It should be. I'm sure it's going to be possible through Flow or Power Automate.
Okay.
I don't see that'll be,
I don't
be an
see
issue.
why it shouldn't work though, because the only thing that could stop it working is if your length of your text field is not big enough.
Okay.
I can't see why it wouldn't work. Like it should just work, as if I'm putting in any text into any column. So, but what
So
we
there's no
may
restrictions.
have to do is like have a one-to-one call with you and actually see how you're physically doing it, and then we can see, oh, actually try this. So I can't see why it wouldn't work. I mean, I've got fields in the Dataverse that I've got like several megabytes of data encoded as a string. It's not using a Power App to go in, but it's there. So yeah, I'm pretty sure.
So there's a specific action that in Flow that says upload file or an image.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
but that'll actually upload to the file data type. So your column data type is file.
Yeah.
Where in this case, my understanding is your column data type is text.
Yes.
And you're just putting in a string that happens to be base 64 encoded, but it could be any arbitrary string.
So basically, you're converting the signature that the user assigns into that string variable. But yeah, no. But I want to find out if it is possible. Since it is, then I'm gonna keep on trying it out. And then maybe I can.
I just popped a link into the chat window with someone having almost exactly the same issue. From what it sounds like, just check it out there, and they give the way on how you can put it in. So it seems to be working all right that way around. Let me just check.
Okay, cool.
That all looks fine. Check that out. Give it a try. If you don't come right, reach out to us. One of us can hop on and have a look and check it out for you. Okay.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yeah, and I popped my email address, so you're welcome just to drop me a note and we can jump on a Teams meeting tomorrow or something and have a look.
Awesome.
100%. Okay, cool. Thank you very much, guys.
Perfect.
All right.
Okay, so if that's everything, just closing off for the year. Thanks everyone for all your involvement in this community. It really means a lot to us. We put in a lot of effort putting these events together. So it's great that everyone always gets involved and participates and joins. Pity tonight that we only had a few people, but I think it was still a great event. Mike, shot for everything you were showing. Dawid, your tech tips are always great, so really appreciate it, everyone. If you are going away, stay safe, enjoy the time off, and we'll see you all in the new year.
Thank you, Jonathan. Thanks for organizing this, and have a great festive season, everybody.
Thank you. Cheers, guys.
Yeah.
Cheers, everybody.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, everyone. Bye. Bye.
Cheers all. Bye.
Cheers, everyone.
Bye-bye.